Hey everybody, welcome to Game Inform Family. This is Game Inform Mom, and today we're going to go into Final Fantasy XIV for the brand new, sort of, event for 2022. It is Valentiones Day. It's not actually brand new, it's the same event they do every year for Valentiones, but it's a new quest this year, so we're going to run through it. This is going to be a long play of the quest. We're going to read everything, we're going to do it all. And at the end, we will show off the stuff that we get, which is going to be a Chocobo Barding and a wall-mounted mobile for an apartment, a house, a free company room, whatever. Alright, so let's go ahead and go through some of the details real quick here before we get started. You do have to be level 15, that's 1-5. You have to have access to Gridania, which basically means that if you started in Gridania and you're level 15, you're golden. If you didn't start in Gridania, you are going to need to do either the Lominsan Envoy or the Ul'dahn Envoy to get the Gridania airship unlocked. Once you do that, you're going to go to New Gridania and then teleport to Miketo's Amphitheater. And right here is the Aethernet shard that you will arrive at. Just go to the, southeast and into this little area here that is heavily decorated, and there will probably be still quite a few people coming in. Oh look, they've got all their red clothes on. I didn't dye all my clothes red, but I did change my fur color to pink for the event. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and get started. No Love Lost is our first quest. 'Tis the season of ardor and affection, and romance is thick upon the air. I, Lisette of House Valentione, entreat you, dearest one, to breathe deep and take love's richness, its cloying rosy radiance, into your bosom. Hold now a moment, traveler, this face. Yes, I know it well. You are love's humblest servant, ardor and adoration's foremost champion. Ah, what a delight to see you once again, and in such blessed times as these. Alas, every rose has its thorns, and even this fairest of seasons is not without its trials. Indeed, trouble is afoot, and it threatens the hearts of all in this realm. Do you recall a Moogle by the name of Kupka Cup? Kupka Cup? Self-styled, munificent maestro of the myriad matters of the heart? Heart-shaped palm? Ring any bells? Ah, excellent! For these woes we speak of are specifically his. Valentiones Day is a joyous occasion, but not always so for those who acquit themselves as post-Moogles of the realm. Kupka Cup has his poor paws full delivering heartwarming missives far and wide, hither and thither. Though he would never admit it, I fear he's at his wit's end. But you, benevolent adventurer that you are, can provide precisely what our hirsute herald requires. Oh, so desperately. Pray, lend Kupka Cup your talents and retrieve him from the edge whereupon his wits now teeter so precariously. Ah, if I must now. A working adventurer is a happy adventurer. Marvelous. You are a hero through and through. Kupka Cup will be so relieved. I shall fetch him at once. Why, Could it be? So it is! William returned again this year to aid us in another Valentiones Day celebration. Have you? Oh, that was a horrible pause, I'm sorry. Once an emissary of love, always an emissary of love, Kupo. Now then, I hear from Astrid that you would help me in my hour of need, for which I am most grateful. However, it is not the work itself that vexes me, but rather a colleague of mine, a clueless courier newly inducted into our vocation. Every Valentiones Day, we emissaries are overtaxed, and this season has proven no exception. I had hoped to nip this issue in the bud by petitioning the deputy post-Moogle for a helping paw or two. He obliged, but has sent someone altogether worthless and undisciplined tyro. To make matters worse, the daft thing is painfully ignorant in the ways of the heart. You should hear the way she speaks to the clientele. What an ugly gift! Love must be blind. And such nonsense. Left to her own devices, I fear she will ruin Valentiones Day, Kupo. Give the girl the axe, you cry. The impulse is very much with me, I assure you. But I can't rightly turn away the very assistance for which I begged. I would come across as the most wretched ingrate to ever have wings. Yet, I haven't the time to train her, let alone the patience. Fret not, our harried herald. You are right to have sought our help, for I have come upon the cleverest of solutions to your predicament. We shall enlist the help of our doughty adventurer and House Valentione's very own Astrid to accompany said callous courier. You cannot be surprised at my suggestion. 'Tis a most natural fit. William, so skilled in so many subjects, will teach your assistant the delicate art of the post, while Astrid shall instruct the Moogle in the ways of ardor and adoration. There, a splendid plan, if I do say so myself. Are you both sure you are up for the task? It isn't too great a bother? What a seasonable relief indeed. I shall bring her to you at once, for there is not a moment to lose. May I introduce to you my fledgling post-Moogle charge, Puckty Pico, and her loyal Chocobo, oh dear, this is rather awkward. I confess, your friend's name has slipped my mind, Kupo. Salutations one and all. As for my Chocobo, his name can't have slipped your mind, because he hasn't one. I refer to him simply as my partner, dear, or, when I'm feeling particularly silly, Bird. Many an acquaintance of mine has attempted to provide him a name or two, but none of them ever stick. So, or should I say, I always forget them. In any case, you may call him whatever you like. It makes no difference, least of all to him. Cuckoo! Yes, well, be that as it may, I have tasked Puckty Pico with 3 deliveries, all of which I would ask you to join her on. These 2 are to accompany me? Very well. Who am I to turn away whoever you are? Our first stop is the Carpenter's Guild. Bird and I shall await you there. I don't know either, Astrid. I don't know. Alright. So to the Carpenter's Guild we go, I suppose. That load screen felt like it took ages. I mean, it didn't, really, I guess, but... So I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the Barding. I mean, it looks exactly the same as the one. Or if it's not, it's really close to it. Alright, anyway, let's talk to Puckty Pico. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm not. Oh, the recipient is out on an errand or some such. A pity. As for the parcel, well, since no one is available to take it, I say we just leave it any old place. There are other assignments to be getting on with, after all. I say, now hold there a moment. I am no post-Moogle, granted, but merely abandoning a package like this before a door seems a touch disrespectful, does it not? What we have here is a gift, an item crafted with love and care. It deserves to be treated as such. Who is this from, exactly? A young woman, if memory serves. A daughter to the man meant to receive this? Oh, yes, and there was something about her training at the Culinarians Guild, I think? My memory is hazy. Let's see. We wouldn't want anyone to steal the parcel. You make an interesting point. The man is out on an errand, yes, and since he is with the Carpenters Guild, it stands to reason he is out collecting lumber, and from the Botanist Guild, like as not, we shall start our search there, for a Valentiones Day gift must be delivered straight into the recipient's hands. Wow, Puckty is a class act delivery post-Moogle, I've got to say. Where were we going? The Botanist Guild? Where's the Botanist Guild? I don't remember. Oh, it's way over there. There's a teleport point. It's been a long time since I've been in Gridania. Well, not a long time, I guess. I guess it was the last event. Oh, somebody's into panties. Actually, I think that's a bathing suit for what it's worth. Botanist Guild. Alright. Puckty Pico. A delivery for you, sir. You weren't at the guild when we came calling, so we took the liberty of tracking you down. Alright, give it here then. Oh, what's all this? Valentiones Day chocolate? Now this is a surprise. My daughter's an apprentice in the Culinarians Guild, you see. I'd heard she'd been selected to make the chocolates for the festivities this year, but I certainly didn't expect to receive any myself. And how wonderful that you did! It is not every day one's daughter is accorded the honor of crafting such a beloved confectionery. There we go. She must be quite the culinarian. That she is. My pride and joy, that girl. What a pleasant surprise this package was. Certainly made my day. I can't thank you enough for bringing it all the way out to me like you have. I'll never forget this kindness. Goodness. Seems like a bit of an overreaction to being handed some food, doesn't it? Let's go with that's what savvy post-Moogles call customer satisfaction coupon. No. Yes. Yes, that's what we said. Agreed. There is a lesson to be learned here, Puckty. Joy is not meant to be kept to oneself. It is a feeling that yearns to be shared. And we played a part in bringing him happiness, so it is little wonder that he wished to share his felicity with us. So, joy is meant to be shared. Well, when you put it that way, I suppose that's not so foreign a concept. When something makes me smile or laugh, I do tend to talk my companion's ear off about it. And I'm often made the happier for it. Woo! But enough about that. Time is wasting. Best be off to the next delivery. The recipient awaits at the Whistling Miller, by the looks of it. Pokti is seriously a class act. So, the quest last year, we kind of... I don't want to say we got, like, screwed or anything, because we didn't. We got an event, but it was combined with another event. So last year's event was, like, totally different than this one. So this is kind of cool. And, I mean, the quests are always different every year, I guess, but... Pardon me. But I've a delivery for you, ma'am. For me? Oh! It's from one of my dearest companions. And look what they've sent! Pink seashells! Are they not extraordinary? Look at their vibrancy. Ah, and a card. Happy Valentiones Day. How delightful. Shells? Empty ones. You can't even eat those. At least the other fellow received chocolate. But Pukti, this is abominably rude. You must forgive our friend here. She is not accustomed to deliveries such as these. There's nothing to forgive, I assure you. I could hardly be upset after receiving a gift like this, and from a loved one I've not seen in quite some time. My friend, you see, is an adventurer in their own right. They enjoy being cryptic, though, and never outright tell me where they have been. Rather, they make me guess by dropping hints in the form of curiosities such as these. What a blessing this parcel is. I was only just wondering how they were faring and where their journey had brought them. Thank you, Miss Postmoogle. You have brightened my day. Love is a mystery indeed, and a funny one at that. It is my pleasure to tell you, Pukti, that love is a many-splendored thing, and we each have our own unique way of expressing it. The friendship between that girl and her adventurer companion is a perfect example. The gift which appeared mere frippery to you was a treasure in her eyes. Perhaps her friend is traveling the Ruby Seas. I suspect you may be right. Outside of a few specialty traders, seashells of that quality and color cannot be easily found in the landlocked regions of the realm, after all. So, you mean to say this was her friend's way of telling that young woman that all is well? Their way of assuaging any worries she might be harboring about their safety? How fascinating. To be sure, were I to be separated from my bird here by expansive seas or vast mountain ranges, I'd like to hear from him from time to time. Perhaps not every day. That would be irksome. But to know that he's in good health would be not altogether disagreeable, I suppose. Anywho, no sense in losing ourselves in thought. Not when a parcel sits burning a hole in my satchel, Kupo. Our next delivery takes us to Apkaloo Falls. Let's away. Alright, Apkaloo Falls, I believe is right through here. Yes, it is. Yes. Greetings, sir. I have for you... Let's try that again. Greetings, sir. I have for you here a parcel from one of Ul'dahn's preeminent art dealers, Kupo. At last, her earrings, they've arrived. Goodness gracious, how stunning they are. This craftsmanship, this meticulous attention to detail. I couldn't have hoped for a better present for my wife. She'll be over the moon to receive them. Her birthday is coming up, you see, and I wanted to ensure her special day is just that. I've even given Kupka Cup's palm a vigorous pat. I hear tell that one touch is enough to bring a couple happiness for all their years to come. Let us hope so. You did well to bring these all the way out here without a scratch on them, you know. I'd begun to worry that by the time I received them, the poor things would be nothing more than scuffed, dented rocks. You've got a bright future ahead of you in the postal service, friend. Thank you. Now, this is odd. There's a flutter in my chest, a tickle in my stomach. Kupo, have I taken ill? Or do compliments and words of gratitude always elicit this sort of response? Trust me when I say you are not ill, Pukti. That flutter you feel, those ticklish sensations you described, that is fondness, a form of love indeed, and it was made manifest by that man's appreciation for what you provided. Oh, so this love nonsense. Why, it isn't nonsense at all, is it? It's quite wonderful, actually. I liken it to that feeling when my bird and I settle for an afternoon nap in the 12's wood. When I tuck myself under his wing and we are warmed by the sunlight breaking through the trees. Perhaps you haven't mastered the concept entirely, but I do believe we are making strides in the right direction. You certainly seem more attuned to the ways of the heart than when we first made your acquaintance, at any rate. Now that all three parcels have reached the right hands, let us return to Miketo's amphitheater. No doubt, Kupka Cup is anxious to know how Pukti fared. Alright, so it is just a short jaunt this way. And here we are back in Miketo's to talk to Kupka Cup this time. Here they are, our agents of affection, our heralds of the heart, returned at last, and not before time, Kupo. Tell me, how went your deliveries? Splendid, each and every one. The recipients were all thrilled to receive their parcels, and I'm pleased to say that Pukti Pico learned something along the way. Yes, I do believe I did. Love is, well, it's quite a bit more complicated than I first imagined it to be. There are hidden depths to it, and ones I didn't see before. I may not be an expert on the subject yet, but I would like to think my ignorance is not quite as dire as it once was. You are making progress, certainly. I am glad of it. And just so long as you did not offend anyone, I could not ask for more. Anywho, I am indebted to you, Astrid, William. You have spared at least 3 citizens of the realm from potential cruelty, however unintended it may have been. No, I am being too harsh. Pukti, you have shown a true, concerted effort to understand labyrinthian complexities of the heart. And as a reward, I am inclined to set you to another task. For in truth, your work is not yet finished. Much more is there to be done this Valentione's Day, Kupo. When you've the time, speak with me again, and I shall tell you all about it. Alright, so that is our first quest completed. There should be, if I am not mistaken, one more quest. And then we will check out the really cool stuff. Yep, see, we're going to get our Barding. We'll check out our Barding, and we will check out the mobile and the, like, firework type things that we can buy. There you are, and not a moment too soon. Your unwavering devotion to the ways of ardor and affection, love and romance, courtship and intimacy is both commendable and deeply appreciated. So, the task of which I spoke, it involves a woman by the name of Eloise, who only just posted a parcel with no small amount of urgency. However, she then returned, begging us to call off its delivery, a highly unusual request, and her eyes, twin pools of sorrow, Kupo. She fled straight away, ere I could even get my bearings, let alone ask what troubles her so. Will you help me seek her out? I don't know what that pose was, but you are too kind. Now, as for this young woman, she is an Ellison of great beauty, and thus should not be an easy one to overlook. Last I saw of her, she had just made a sharp left at the fork in the road, unless my eyes deceive me. To the left, you say? That way lies the Great Loam Growery, if I'm not mistaken, and I will accompany you there, Kupka Cup. William, Pokti Pico, you two will look near Nofika's altar. Should you come upon her before we do, come find us at the Growery. Alright then. And to Nofika's altar we will go. And I don't see anybody. There we go. Who, me? Yes, I am Eloise. Why do you ask? Kupka Cup wants to see me, you say? But whatever for? He's beside himself with worry, Kupo. He told us you turned tail and darted off, looking dreadfully stricken, downright morose. You can understand this concern, surely. I see. I owe him an apology for worrying him as I have, and an explanation for my frantic flight as well. Kupka's still at Mikado's amphitheater, correct? I'll go to him at once. Actually, never mind. She's already gone. I suppose I shall go and fetch him then. Shall I? Meet us at the amphitheater, William, and do hurry. We wouldn't want her dashing off again. Okay, I guess I will go back to the amphitheater then. And Eloise should be, yep, she's right there. First, let me start by saying how grateful I am that you would think to come and check on me. The truth of the matter is, I've received an offer of marriage. I meant to accept, which is why I came to you initially, Kupka, to see that my reply would be delivered safely. However, as I was writing to tell him yes, I found myself hesitating more than I ought to have been. I began to wonder if I was making a terrible decision, not only for me, but for him as well. The man who seeks my hand is of Ishgardian nobility, and goes by the name Ezalmile. At the moment he is quite ill, and is seeking treatment here in Gridania. Do not misunderstand me. I was overjoyed to hear of his devotion. A life spent with him would be a wonderful thing, but I'm no noble. I'm of the most common stock, no more special than a weed underfoot. I wasn't raised with the aristocratic manners of a future wife of his requires. Who am I to marry into nobility? I must destroy my previous missive and pen a new letter, one telling him I can't go through with it, but that one I'll hand deliver. Oh, but that one I'll hand deliver. I won't have an emissary of love delivering such ill tidings. Now, I don't pretend to be an expert in the ways of the heart, but isn't love the desire to be with someone forever and on? The desire for a trusted partner in this world? Someone with whom you can share your joys and your woes? If you care for him, be with him. Wouldn't it upset you to do anything but? It certainly seems to have. I may not have much experience with this, but I know that were I and my Chocobo to be separated, I wouldn't like it, not one bit. I don't believe giving up is the solution, Kupo. Verily, I myself am of Ishgardian nobility, and can thus speak from a place of authority. Each of our houses has its own traditions. It is our titles that connect us, not our principles. Before making your decision, seek the counsel of your beloved and learn what his family values. I could not agree more. After all, it is doubts you harbor, not lack of affection. If you believe his heart to be yours entire, then trust that he will listen to your troubles. Then you and he can solve them together. Why not send one more letter? Explain what it is that vexes you. Yes, I see your point. It is unfair of me to hide my feelings like this. He's owed my honesty, but how does one even write such a letter? I wouldn't know where to begin. Perhaps you should explain your apprehension about fulfilling your duties as a wife to a man of a great house. Make it clear that, should you decide to join his social milieu, you will require time to study, learn, and train before you are comfortable. A word of warning, though, to compromise the very woman you are in order to bend to the rigors of nobility may leave you jaded, haggard, and altogether infuriated. Thus, I suggest you first inquire as to whether his family is capable of accepting you as you are. Why not simply write down all your worries? I don't fancy myself a poet of passions or what have you, but there's something to be said for getting everything out in the open. All of these ideas have a great deal of merit, and each should be given due consideration. William, what say you? Which of these notions has struck a chord with you? We're not going to compromise who you are. You're not going to compromise. Tell him that. Thank you for your insight, everyone. I believe I know what I must do now. Then let us fetch you parchment, quill, and ink. Fortunate that you have us, you know. For we emissaries are never far from the instruments of the post. Why, I shall even provide you with Valentione's Day-themed stationery. Okay, then. There. It is done. Now, all that's left is for him to read it. My darling is likely in the gentry's ward. I know he enjoys sitting in solitude on a bench not far from the gates. He'll be there like as not. Then that's where we shall try first. We will be back with his response as soon as we are able. Tally-ho, bird. Love's work awaits. Woo! Oh, speak with her again. Okay, then. Oh, dear, I'm so fidgety. I just can't sit still for nerves. No, I can't take this any longer. I refuse to stand idly by while my future is decided without me. That does it. I'm going to the gentry's ward this instant. Bye, then. Aloys, you can't... And she's gone. Our duty as emissaries of love and affection demands we see this lovelorn lass through this trying time. I shall meet you at the gates of the gentry's ward. And off we go. And here we are. I'm sorry to have run off again like that, but I just couldn't wait around twiddling my thumbs another moment more. We have for you a letter from one Miss Aloys herself, Chocobo. A missive from my love. Thank you kindly, Post-Moogles. Perhaps it is not my place, but if I may... Aloys thinks a great deal of you. We watched her as she wrote that letter you now hold, and we could see plain as day how much she cares for you. If there's love to be found in this world, it's there, in every word she has put to this page. The heart and its intricacies aren't my forte, I admit it, but if you've even half as much affection for her as she has for you, then what you two share is something wondrous. I only hope you can both weather whatever troubles come your way. The heart isn't my forte indeed. For one who claims such a thing, you show remarkable perspicacity in that matter. You are quite changed from the Moogle I once knew. Color me impressed, Chocobo. You are good to concern yourselves over my and Aloy's affairs. And the cat pushed a button. No, cat. Sorry about that. I shall pen my response this instant. Can I trust that you will deliver it straight to her once I've finished? We serve at your pleasure. Your trust is not misplaced in us, good sir. Did you hear that? He's going to reply. We should return to Mikedo's amphitheater at once. I don't want to be here when he sent our post-Moogle friends all the way back there. Yes, it would be rather awkward were his letter to have no recipient. Let us explain the situation to Lisette and wait for Pukti and Kupka's delivery. And back I go. And back in Mikedo's. And here's Lisette. Our eminent emissary of adoration and affection is with us once more. And now that we are assembled, we've only to wait for the custodians of Ezelmile's reply. I feel sick to my stomach. What if I've angered him? What if he calls off the whole engagement? We have returned, and with your beloved's painstakingly penned post and paw. I took your words to heart, Lisette, and I'm glad that I did. He writes to say that he adores me for the woman I am, and that he would never push me to be anything less. He tells me I have quality that is all my own, one that no other could ever hold a candle to, which is why he feels head over heels for me in the first place. His life here is a good one he's come to enjoy. So much so that he's even considering moving to Gridania permanently. I suppose there really isn't any need to worry about joining the upper crust, is there? I have come to ensure my letter has reached you, and see if you have yet read it. After all, you did the same for me. It would be unkind not to return the favor, no? Oh God, so how embarrassing. You caught me spying on you, didn't you? You're embarrassed? For what, pray? I found it endearing, my darling. Ah, these companions of yours, did they assist you in your writing to me? Then we are in your debt. Aloys, my love, what say you to tea at the Carline Canopy? There we can discuss our future, a conversation which is long overdue, I should think. Thank you, my friends. Where would I be without your help? And I promise yours will be the first invitations we post once we've settled on a day. Oh, excuse me. Goodness gracious me. Do mine eyes deceive me? Pokti Pico, your palm. Why, it's adopted the very shape of the season, and is lovely beyond compare, Chocobo. And 'tis much of a muchness with mine. Or so I flatter myself to think. I can't rightly explain it, but seeing those two together brought a flutter to my chest, a spring to my wings, and the next thing I knew, my palm began to tingle in the most peculiar of ways. It's just such a marvelous thing to know that we had a hand in ushering Ezelmile and Aloys's story into its next chapter. And to think, it was all performed strictly through the art of the post. Affectionate missives are more than just silly folderol. Folderol? I assumed them to be. I see now that they show what's in our hearts, just like nothing else can. And we emissaries are their trusted custodians. That we are, Pukti. Only do remember that letters require more than just love. They are also in need of names and addresses. And speaking of names, perhaps you might bestow one upon a certain Chocobo? think of it as a show of not only kindness, but of love, too. A show of love, you say? I suppose you're right. I was never able to recall the names given by my Moogle acquaintances, but I bet I could arrive at something that actually sticks. I will give it some thought. Make sure I've done this bird justice. Clue, clue! My once foolish fledgling has wings of her own at last. How proud I am to see you soar. You are a credit to the emissaries of ardor and affection with your heart-shaped palm. It is my most sincere honor to have you among our ranks, and I pray that you will continue this most revered work. I would love nothing more, Chocobo. What joy to be blessed with so many couriers in this season of sublimity, no less. 'Tis heartening indeed to watch our numbers grow and grow, for with so many we can ensure that ardor and affection accompany all the fair creatures of this realm, wherever their journeys take them, wherever. Okay. And Love's Labors is completed. And we are done with the event. So, that is a horrible achievement name. So there is a repeatable quest here, which will give you Prismatic Heart left and Prismatic Heart right. I'm not going to do that in this video because it is already running quite long. So we are just going to buy them because you can do that too. Alright, so you come to this little NPC. I'll show you on the map just for anybody who wasn't paying attention. It's just outside of Miketos here. It's an NPC at this little stall right here. House Valentione Maid, purveyor of love. Alright, so we're gonna buy one of those. And you know what, we better buy a couple just in case we screw it up. Because, yeah, it wouldn't be the first time I've screwed it up. Alright, and we're gonna buy the mobile and we will take a look at it in my FC room. So I will see you guys there. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do, the Chocobo Barding will be in your inventory. Just gotta use it. Alright, and let's go ahead and equip our lovely companion. So to do that, what you're going to do, you're going to pull up your companion guide. That can be done if you've got a hotbar somewhere, or it can also be found in your character menu under companion. Pulls up, looks like this. You're going to click on appearance, and we are going to unequip all of this. Alright, and post Moogle Barding. Go away, and post Moogle Barding, go away, and post Moogle Barding. Alright, let's, it's unfortunate that my Moogle is this color for this, but it is what it is. Company Chocobo, and there we go. Alright, let's get rid of all these buttons. So, I mean, it's really cute. It's got a little, like, basket back here. Let's take a look at him without me sitting on him. Oh, we can't pull him out here. Well, we saw him. I'll go somewhere and, for the outro. I'll have a video of him. I'll have some footage of him just kind of chilling there without me sitting on him. Alright, I will meet you in the room. Alright, so here is our Valentiones mobile. I don't think that's actually what it's called. I forget the name of it now, but it's the Valentiones mobile, okay? Let's get a little closer here. So you can see there's just hearts. I mean, it's cute. It's basically a recolor of the other mobiles that are available and have been available through some of the events, like the Whoops. Christmas one over here. I mean, it's the same. It's just a recolor. But it's still cool. It's a nice little decorative piece. It's unique in that it's a recolor of something else. But yeah, it's cool. I like it. Alright, so now we will go somewhere. Oh, I don't have buttons up. We'll go somewhere interesting, and we will take a look at the Prismatic and the words are so hard. The Prismatic, no. Yes, the Prismatic and the Chocobo Barding without my big butt sitting on it. Alright. So we are here outside of Idleshire. We're going to take a look here. Wow, it's really pretty here. Alright, so first things first, we are going to look at our Prismatic. We've got a left heart and a right heart. Oh, so that is the right heart. And then you can do them both at the same time, but it looks weird. Oh, no, cooldown. Yeah, same time looks really weird. I actually don't like that Prismatic. I actually don't like any of them, if we're being honest. What's the cooldown on it? It's 6 seconds. I mean, it's, yeah. So let's pull out the Chocobo. Chocobo. Let's get rid of it. Oh, dang it. I did it again. That was not smart. One moment. Okay, now for real, we're outside of Idleshire. We were actually still in Idleshire, but you know, hey, details. Alright, so let's take a look at him here. He's got his little basket here. I mean, his little pouch here. That's cute. He's got this basket up here. Looks like it's got roses. Maybe some, yep, some letters. That's really cute. He's got the little front pouch. Of course, he's got his little post-Moogle hat. That's actually really cute. I like that Barding. That's kind of adorable. Alright, so those are the rewards for the Valentiones 2022 event. It took, all in, it probably took me a little less than an hour to do the quest, just because of, you know, recording, and, I mean, if you plow through it, you probably do it in 15 minutes, if you're not interested in watching the story as you play it, but it's about, I would say, 45 minutes to an hour, all in. So, it was a cute quest. It's a really cute Barding. I mean, I'll wear it for a little while, till I get the Barding that I really want. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button for me, because it really does help out the channel a lot. It lets YouTube know that I'm not just talking to myself. Even though I might be, they don't need to know that. That's not an important detail for them to know. And if you want to see more content like this, we always do all of the events as fast as we can, but I was stuck in MSQ roulette today, so. But we always get them done and out and published as fast as we can when they come up. If you want to make sure you always see it, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you know when we post a new video. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. We very much appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next video.